Hello, everyone. We've made it. We've made it to the chilling conclusion. Chapter 10, The Needle of Hemlock Hollow, the end of the line. Thank you all for sticking with me, or thanks for showing up today and only watching the last episode. Regardless, I'm glad you're here. I'm ready to read to you. Are you ready to be read to? We are joining Mara as she is alone in solitude at her mother's apartment. You see some mysterious red liquid on the floor. Not good. Mara stood in the center of her mother's apartment, the silence pressing in from every side. The only sound was her own breathing, shallow, uneven. She clutched the needle in her hand, staring at it. It was so small, so simple, and yet it had taken everything from her. There was no fear anymore, just a numb resignation. She had spent so long running from it, trying to find a way out, but there had never been a way out. The needle didn't need to move on. Not this time. It had done its work. Mara walked slowly to the mirror, her reflection staring back at her with dull, empty eyes. She raised the needle to her chest, her fingers steady as she pressed the tip against her skin. At first there was only pressure, then the sharp sting of a pain as the needle pierced her flesh. It slid in easily, as if it belonged there. She watched, detached, as the blood welled up around the tiny wound. She kept pushing, deeper. Her breath hitched, but she didn't stop. The needle sank into her skin, disappearing beneath the surface. She felt it slide through muscle, through sinew, weaving itself into her body, making her whole again. The pain was a distant thing now, nothing more than a dull throb. She stared at herself in the mirror, her eyes wide and unblinking, waiting for the moment it would all be over. The needle was gone. It was part of her now. Forever. The whispers faded, replaced by a cold, suffocating silence. There was nothing left to say. Weeks later, the apartment lay in silence. The lights were off, the curtains drawn. The air was thick with dust, undisturbed by any sign of life. It wasn't until the landlord, growing concerned about the unpaid rent, came knocking that anyone noticed something was wrong. The door creaked open, revealing the dim interior. The smell of stale air and neglect filled the space. Mara sat in the middle of the room, her body still, her eyes wide open. Her skin was pale, her hair matted. In her lap, her hands rested loosely, palms up, and there, in her chest, the faintest glimmer of silver protruded just beneath the surface of her skin, as if it had been waiting there all along. The needle, embedded in her flesh, had completed its journey. Mara had been its last. There would be no one else to pass it to. The curse had finally finished its work, draining its final victim of everything she had to give. Hemlock Hollow's dark secret would remain buried with Mara, forgotten in the dusty corners of the town's memory. No one would speak of the needle again. No one would know the price that had been paid. The needle had found its final resting place. Boo! Did you guys like that? Thanks for sticking around for all 10 chapters of this story. If you'd like to read them with your eyeballs instead of having me read them to you with my mouth, you can head on over to medium.com and go hit up at Victor Yocco and see all 10 of these are available for reading on there. And by now you might even see that there's a few other episodes related to the needle, because guess who enjoyed writing about it? Me. I did. I'm pointing to me. I enjoyed writing these stories, and I'm going to end up writing some more. And the needle is a very refillable concept, so you can take it in a number of directions. Thank you all for being supportive. Please subscribe to my channel, as there will be many more videos coming out. I'm not planning to stop. Head on over to Medium, like I said. Follow me over there. Leave a comment. Ask me to read anything, and I will gladly do that. And other than that, really, I would love to hear back from anyone. Just let me know how you enjoyed my take on writing a thriller, and have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be back, so goodbye for now, but I will be back.